MLB 東京シリーズ開幕で日本では大きな盛り上がりを見せている中、同様に米メディアでも大きな盛り上がりを見せています。KCAL ニュースでは大成功に終わった大谷翔平選手主催の晩餐会の選手の実際の声について、また CBS ニュースでは大谷翔平選手の独占インタビューについて、そして MLB トゥナイトでは日本の盛り上がりの状況をレポート。今回はその様子を見ていきます。それでは行ってみましょ
う。What was the dinner like that, they all hosted for you, Shohei, Yamamoto, and them?
It was awesome. Yeah, they definitely put on a show for us over there. He cut it, and it was amazing. There's I have a full video of it. I've never seen anything up close like that. It was humongous, and that was the show of them cutting that was awesome. We ate, I don't know how much of that one we ended up eating. I know they ended up cutting it for us and we ate some of it, but I mean, we definitely had a lot of food.
Open mind. See, it's not bad.
It's like hitting a foul ball on a pitch right down the middle.
It was amazing to eat. It was super fresh. I guess the fish was caught 2 or 3 days ago. Yeah. So, and it was never frozen. So that's what makes it so fresh. That was my first time actually being able to try uni, sea urchin. That was my first time getting to actually try it. I loved it. I loved it. That might have been my favorite thing I had. They really went all out for it. It was really good. I tried a bunch of new stuff while we were there. It was definitely a night to remember.
Many of the players told me that it was the best experience meal they've ever had. And so all 31 players showed up and had a great time together. So that was really good for our guys to bond and come together.
Happen to know the bill, how much it costs? Any talk around?
I don't even want to know. But we appreciate it.
In the city of Tokyo, there are a lot of Dodger fans here right now. One thing they love to do is ride these bad boys at monkey carts. So I caught up with a few Dodger fans rolling through the streets.
How cool is it to be in Tokyo right now and you're about to experience something like this with some other Dodger fans?
Amazing. It's my first time out here.
What do you think this experience is going to be like riding through the streets in your Mario Kart?
I'm a little nervous. The traffic's crazy here.
This is exciting. I'm a little nervous, but being far away from home, got to take some adventures.
Dodgers!
Y'all about to ride these carts around the city in Tokyo, hanging out with the Dodger fans. What's that going to be like?
Excited.
Who here is the worst driver in these carts, you think?
I'm going to be the most reckless driver they're going to have.
Go Dodgers! She doesn't follow rules.
Go Dodgers!
Let's go!
Go Dodgers!
Pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal. Let's do this.
If you win this whole race out of everybody, the Dodgers will win the World Series back to back.
So I'm taking it all the way, full throttle right now.
How would you describe the experience so far here in Tokyo as Dodger fans?
The experience has been unbelievable. I mean, just talking to Japanese Dodger fans and just the people from home and just realizing how many people are here from Los Angeles to root our boys in blue.
So all these Dodger fans are having fun riding this kart here in Tokyo. So best believe your boy D. Haynes got a ride in style too. All right, we're in Japan right now, man.
Yeah, man.
You played a lot of baseball. How would you describe the way Shohei Ohtani has made his welcome back home to his home country?
I don't think we've seen anything like this in any sport. And I know we're talking about Michael Jordan and the Dream Team and all that, but they didn't come back to the country that they grew up in.
Yeah.
They didn't have to leave their country to make their name. I just think this is a true international star.
Yeah.
And when you have a guy like this doing and performing the way he is, absolutely amazing, remarkable.
How would you describe these Dodgers right now? We know they're trying to run it back. What are the chances you think they have all the tools to get it done again? Because they reloaded and added some more weapons as well.
Well, they've reloaded, but the beauty of the Dodgers is they can adjust at mid-season, midstream, whatever they might need. They got so much depth in the pitching department, and you see around Major League Baseball teams are having pitchers dropping like flies. They can make a trade if they need something. There's a lot of options for them. So I picked them to come back and repeat. I don't see why anything would slow the momentum right now.
How much are you enjoying Tokyo right now? What's been the best part? What stands out?
The people are just incredible, pleasant, amazing. Biggest baseball fans. These people are showing up. I don't know if it's the Ohtani effect or if it's just baseball, but they're showing up 5 and 6 hours before batting practice. I mean, it's incredible.
We came to Japan to meet the greatest player on the planet. And we quickly learned that to fully appreciate the Shohei Ohtani frenzy in Tokyo, you gotta be surrounded by it.
Japan is a baseball-crazed country, but I've never seen anything like this. The entire city is just electric, and Shohei Ohtani is everywhere. Every screen, every ad, every newspaper is about this man.
Fans waited over an hour just to get inside to buy Ohtani merchandise. More than 10,000 poured into the Tokyo Dome just to watch Ohtani's LA Dodgers practice, his first trip to Japan since becoming a World Series champion. Here, he's not just an all-star, he's a rock star. We've been asking for an interview for more than a year. I'm not perfect, but I'm grateful for being here right now, including all the imperfections. The country's love affair with the sport began with a 1934 visit led by Babe Ruth, perhaps baseball's all-time greatest player.
90年経って大谷さんも結構ベーブ・ルースに比べることもあるので Here you are 90 years later, you're oftentimes compared to Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth is definitely one of the players I respect, so being compared to or used an example alongside such a player is something I always feel is very special for me. It really means a lot to me when kids who play baseball say they want to be like Shohei Ohtani. As if there was any doubt that Shohei was made for the moment, in his first game back to Japan Saturday night,
with a titanic swing,
a nearly 400-foot home run.
But Steven is here, and he's also on MLB Tonight. He's covering the Dodgers and the Cubs. Remember, they get started bright and early stateside, 6 a.m. Eastern, and Nelly good enough to join us here on MLB Tonight. Steven, you're about to go into your third year as part of the Dodgers broadcast team. Just give us a sense of what the atmosphere is like. It looks absolutely bonkers, like people can't get enough of the Dodgers, of baseball, the whole thing.
Roflo, Rec, first of all, great to see you and hear from the crew behind the scenes. Hello from the future. It's Tuesday morning.
That's right.
So when we were flying in last week, I was talking to one of our Japanese staffers because I'm like the 87th most important Japanese person on this trip, the 187th, excuse me. And I was like, hey, what are you getting ready for? And she said, well, if you can imagine if the Beatles and Beyonce toured together,
wow,
that's sort of what we're going to be flying into. And so that's like a multi-generational reference that everybody can understand. And when we landed at the airport, I mean, there are people just packed into the terminals to try and hold their phones over these security walls. They couldn't. People like on the street, lining the street where the buses pulled out of, just waving, thinking that maybe Shohei Ohtani or Yoshinobu Yamamoto were on the bus. And it was like, no, we're just the TV set.
They were waving to you.
Totally. But you jump ahead to the workout where, 10, 15,000 people packed into the Tokyo Dome just to watch practice. There wasn't even BP. It was just like stretching and grounders and light infield work. They just want to have a piece of this experience that is the Tokyo series.
Yeah, look, Nelly, first of all, great to see you as well. Really happy to see you, and really happy for all your success that you've had over the last few years since you left here. But look, when I look at this Dodger team, they've, coming off the World Series win, there's been talk from outlets and from fans that they're the new evil empire, if you will. Have you felt any of that in camp? Like, what is their outlook, not necessarily on themselves, but how are they going about facing this season as opposed to others where they were still on the hunt and now they are the hunted?
Yeah, that's a great question, Rec, because it's interesting when you kind of juxtapose that sort of label and reputation of the new villains of baseball with the actual players and personalities that are on the team. Like Shohei Ohtani's an angel. Like Mookie Betts, everybody loves. Freddie Freeman is perhaps the most beloved player among all current major leaguers, right? You go down the list and it's like, good guy. Tommy Edmonds, a saint. So like you go down the list, it's like, gosh, they don't really have many hateable guys, but I think just the collection of talent, given the state of not just Major League Baseball, but pro sports and how most of them seem to be run, I get why people do project that toward them. But I do think of, remember the bowler, Who Do You Think You Are, I Am?
Yeah, Pete Weber.
Pete Weber.
Pete Weber's a legend. So when he retired, he had a quote, and he said, whether you loved me or you hated me, you watched. And so whether you love the Dodgers and bleed Dodger blue, or you want to see this thing fail and fall, people are going to be watching in 2025.
Oh, absolutely.
Good way to put it right there.
We saw when some of the Justin Turner had a brief reunion with some of his former teammates there in Dodger blue, and had a chance to chat with Dave Roberts. What's that been like? Obviously, he's still beloved in that clubhouse.
Yeah, JT is just going to be one of those guys that forever and ever is at the top of minds, at the forefront of hearts in Dodger Nation. And, you know, we've seen him a few times since he left. Like the year after he went to Boston, the Dodgers visited Fenway. Then the next year he's in Toronto, the Dodgers visited Toronto. And then now this year, the Dodgers starting the year against him in Tokyo. There are some, Ryan Brazier was just traded, to the Cubs this offseason.
Yeah.
So there are some other ties, but I think for JT, given where he's at, in his career, and just one of those pillars of whatever clubhouse that he's in, and beloved wherever he goes, and that I think it's still tough for a lot of Dodger fans to see him wearing another uniform, but again, that's a guy that everybody's going to have. Just an immense amount of respect and adoration for, no matter where he's playing.
Nelly, you brought up the comparison of the Beatles and Beyonce. Shohei Ohtani, how would you describe how he's viewed over there? We know how he's viewed here. He's he's a superstar, but how is he viewed over there?
Well, guys, actually, the whole reason why I'm set up in this hotel room, it's one of the few places in Japan that you don't see Shohei Ohtani's face plastered.
That would be weird if it was.
Fair point. Touche, Roflo. Yeah, it's walking down the street sometimes it's like, hey, leave me alone, Sho. I'm trying to enjoy the country here. But no, there are heroes and there are superheroes. He's like an Avenger, man. It is that level. Look at this. That shot said it right there. It's just everyone is wearing number 17, every single one, or number 16 for what he wore for the Samurai Japan uniform in the WBC. Even when they played the exhibition against the Yomiuri Giants, they're the Yankees of NPB, the oldest franchise, and they have the iconic black and orange. There were Yomiuri Giant fans that had YG blue and white hats, which is seems sort of blasphemous, right?
Yes.
It seems very odd, but all because people just, again, they want to feel a part of the experience that is Shohei Ohtani. He has kind of this clutch on a baseball-obsessed country, and it really is special to watch. But at the same token, the flip side, as Roflo, I know you and I, we always try to remind folks that these players, Rek, when he was playing, he wasn't just a player, he was a person, right? He's human. But given what Shohei Ohtani has done and what he has accomplished, he's sort of forfeited the normal, typical human experience. And so, I do feel for him in that way. But the way that he sort of is able to compartmentalize and just kind of focus on, the next pitch in front of him is pretty mind-blowing. But he walks a different earth.
Gregor, she covers the Cubs for Marquee. You can also see her right here on MLB Network throughout the Major League Baseball season, and she joins us now from Tokyo. And Taylor, first of all, you're joining us from the future, which is mind-blowing to me. It's 8:30, 8:45 in the morning there. So we appreciate you time traveling for us to join us here on MLB Tonight.
Anything for you. There's not many people I would get up for, but Roflo, you're one of them.
Well,
so congratulations.
Thank you very much. Hey, obviously Shohei Ohtani is the big, mega superstar not only in Tokyo, but globally. But you know what? The Chicago Cubs, Seiya Suzuki and Shota Imanaga, who's getting the start during this Tokyo series, those are guys that are big superstars in their own right. How are they being received over there in their home country?
Well, it's funny because I joked with both of them that Shota was Taylor Swift and Seiya was Justin Bieber. And they sort of laughed back at me and said, yeah, you think we're up here, but really we're down here in comparison to Ohtani. And it's certainly clear that Ohtani's face is painted everywhere. He is the global superstar. But look, I think every Japanese baseball player playing in these two games have made an enormous impact on this country, and that goes with Imanaga and Seiya as well. There were so many Suzuki jerseys on the club or in the concourse level when I was walking around the stadium, and I said to Seiya, that has to make you so proud. And he said, I do feel a lot of pressure to come here and perform for those people. He was a young boy who would go to the Tokyo Dome and watch games, and now he has the chance as a Major League Baseball player to set the tone for the next generation. They feel pride in that, and they also feel a lot of pressure. So it's amazing the way that these people have received all of us. The Japanese people are just all about respect, and I think that's the number one word that comes to mind, just the way that they respect everything about the way that we take in baseball, and they want us to feel so welcome in their country, and it's been amazing.
Yeah, it is an amazing experience over there, I can tell you that. And look, you've been covering the Cubs now for a number of years. And so you've seen this organization and this team over the last couple of years. And what have you noticed, or this is very early on in the early going, they haven't even played a regular season game yet, but what have you noticed about the atmosphere and what's going on inside that clubhouse between the players?
It's exciting. I think since I've been here, my first year was in 2020, so this is my 6th season. This is the best team that we have, or the Cubs have had since I have been here. So that is clear. I think everyone in that clubhouse really believes that as well. I think you look at bringing in Kyle Tucker and Ryan Presley, and you could list some other moves as well. It was an indication to players, hey, we really want to try to go for this, win this National League Central, get into the playoffs, because that's where the Chicago Cubs belong. And so the players have bought into that, and they're really excited. They think they have a really, really good group. It's a group that's bonded. You have some veterans, some young players, and I think it's a good group to kind of get this season rolling. So these couple games against the Dodgers will certainly be a good litmus test.
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。